Yo, Premier Battles, this is the Anarchy Tournament quarter-final. We are at the last matchup of this round of the tournament. The winner of this will go on to face Bobby Rex in the semi-final, as unfortunately we announced earlier in the week that Koj wasn't taking part in this week's event. Looking forward to this. This is classed as Battle of the Underdogs. Both of these guys are hungry and looking to make the name in the tournament. So that being said, on the right-hand side, bro, let them know you are.
Georgie Roots, you already know where it is, Penn State, let's go.
And on the left-hand side, let them know you are, bro.
Yo, it's Sam Hypes, let's fucking get it.
As always, with the Anarchy Tournament, 3 rounds, 90 seconds. Round 1 on Georgie, let's go.
Well, before I came into this scene, I knew I'd have a crazy reception, because amongst cosigns from Scoop, C Major and Rex, all these names I could flex with, I had you pull me out the queue in an event just to praise me and mention that I was a breath of fresh air and one of the new greats, even if it might take me a second. Then you gave me a lesson on how to keep pace whilst maintaining aggression, and I took note and listened, because my own constant evolution is a major obsession. But then, Sam, I studied cadence, projection, a full range of inflection, and I had the natural charisma that you lacked to really gain some respect and maintain that momentum. And now, you're really gonna regret what you gave birth to. Something like postnatal depression. Sam, you're a fucking begmate. You've been card filling since 2013. You should know by now you're dead weight. How the fuck have you been coming up a decade? I've been here for 2 years and I make headlines, Sam. You've been here for 8 and ain't made headway. You still wash cars for a living. That is where your successes lie. I had that job when I was 10. Rude boy, you are 29. You seen the movie It, yeah? Alright, cool, because that's a heavy vibe, see? Georgie willing to die chasing this paper, but these broke-ass clowns stay penny wise, and I'm a fucking demon, fam. To beat me, you're gonna need a priest at hand. I'm supernatural. You might need the Winchester brothers, you know, Dean and Sam. Tell them to call the Ghostbusters. They can rally the Mystery Machine and gang, and you can all brainstorm on a way to try beat me, fam. Drag me to hell, boy. I'm blessed. I got the last house on the left there with the best view and the guest room for your mother and your baby mum when she dead too. I create panic, bro. Satanic soul. And I ain't talking Lil Nas X shoes. Time.
Let's go. First round on Sam.
Boy, you scrape past Raptor's replacement. You was never gonna rival Raptor. You wasn't on Slester's page, and now this one's your final chapter. Pussy plays the part on stage. Unfortunately, I'm no actor. You've been stepping out of line. I'm putting you straight back, no chiropractors, pussy. You'll be sideswiped, trying to step into my lane. You wanna come here talking levels, even though we not the same. You delusional. All this gas has got to your brain, made him see things different. Something like hallucinogens of Jonathan Crane, cause you've been gassed by your friends, got you thinking that we all rate you, king of the lower tiers. Newsflash, he's no danger. Don't flop's golden child, realise Prem's league was loads greater. To survive, Roots had to branch out and break off like Groot's arm for Stormbreaker, but you said you'll level up for these battles. Boy, the outcome will still be the same. Told Celeste you get in large bags. Yeah, for your body parts to be contained, you won't see a penny. Wise up, I think it's safe to say. Little Georgie ends up underground for thinking he was playing games. You don't want this work. This is overtime on a hangover. Little bitch, come stand closer. Does being on every platform make you feel like you stand taller? Cause Sam dwarfs you. See facts for you. This status I don't give 2 fucks. Best tell your team to pick you up. You ain't gonna see the semis. Like, girl, I think I sniffed too much now. This time you will take this L, or I'm only gonna make it worse. Fucking little crazy nerd comes looking like a baby bird, goes on secret dates with her. I'm sleeping when he says a word. George best know I've got things bottled up to make it worse.
Sam, you say we don't want this smoke, yeah? I'm telling you, you right. But you don't get it, my guy, this shit is edible high. It hit different, never fictitious. You could find calm, but never find lies. So, stop nitpicking. Sit, listen. I've been driven without chauffeurs, because I put the show first and sold verses that show worthless, supposedly grown nerds, that my sole purpose is to showboat and showboat to let foes know that they so surplus. He can't stand me. I'm Angela Lansbury, I wrote murders. I don't need haymakers this time, bro. You getting them slow burners. Ain't space left in the grave, dread. You getting your own furnace. So come get cremated or upstage, cause either way, it's a closed curtain. Sam, I'm awesome at this. You are awkward as shit. I don't want to hear about comic books, bro. You need to start talking some grit. Every battle you mention Gotham City, but where I'm from is not as pretty. No one from my set ever wrote a punchline in support of the pig, so let me tell you straight off the bat, I don't give a fuck what Commissioner Gordon did, cause I was born in the bits where there was no heroes, cause it was dangerous. If I saw someone masked up at the door, they weren't coming to save us. You grew up on graphic novels, wishing you could be the guy in the box in them pages. I grew up where seeing something graphic was novel, knowing that I could have been the guy in the box or them papers. I'm one you don't want to play with. What's that? A collector's item. If there's a better newbie than Rootsy, you be pressed to find them. That's why I'm here, bro. The wild card, trying to upset the Titans. You got here through a Facebook competition. You didn't even get invited. I mean, it's no wonder you're so lost in these childish fascinations, but it's got to the point now where it's no longer just a mild infatuation. That's why all we ever hear from Sam is references and name flips. You can't write a bar based in reality because you're so desperate to escape it. Time.
Yo, you need people around to gas you up. So you built a team called Penn State? New killer crop of MCs. That's what this fucking melt says, but you ain't building teams to build with teams. I want to get this dead straight. You need willing people round Roots to help you carry all this dead weight and gas the weak shit this geek spits. Thinks I'm someone he can undermine. He said he's colder than the kitchen floor. Bitch, I'll bury you straight under mine. You said you'll die here like a beautician. That's one that has been underlined to highlight the fact ahead of Roots is kind of dull at times. You posted a picture with your lady in the bathroom, stood there naked. I'm like, what the fucking hell is that? Georgie built like those coffee-drinking aliens from Men in Black. Georgie says he'll bring arms. I bet they'll snap. You don't want to go there. I'll force work on this geek each week like pussy. Do my homework. Fucking C minor. You weak minor might seem like the scene likes you, but be frightened of geeks like you. Whole squad kids trying to prove themselves. Teen Titans, you thought you'd be rising, you declined, and I came out to remind him. You think you kick ass on screen? Bitch, you'll get a real hiding. You just battle on every league. Got you thinking that you hot, you isn't. Battling nobodies, nobody even wants to watch and listen. UK's next big thing? Who the fuck you kidding? It's been me all along. Like Agatha in WandaVision, but you had 8 wins in a row. Pussy, this ain't one you winning. Luck runs out at 9. Every pussy's life has got its limits. Spat on every league. Eventually someone would listen, cause even blind men hit something with enough ammunition. You said the hardest part of prep was picking your outfits. I find that kind of unusual. Bro, you do that today? Cause everybody knows you should wear a suit to your funeral.
Fine, let's go. See, we used to be friends, Sam. I really considered you the homie. I booked you against your first ever vet and let you eat. Didn't once act like you owe me. But something really stuck with me. What you said after our last battles, G. Shit was getting a little smoky. You said that in this battle, that money meant too much to you, so you was gonna pretend you didn't know me. All right, cool. Well, you really wanna see them bridges burn? Pretend you don't know me, Sam. Well, I know you, bruv. And I can't ignore none of the shit I've learned. See, we both fathers, right? For me, it's been a thrilling ride. This shit is wild. I spent the last 5 years as a single dad and a main parent to an autistic child. Every single minute that I had went into my son just to see him with the biggest smile. And in that, the fathers that we are, well, that's where our biggest difference lies. Before you try saying this a lie, I got the messages to back it up. I know you conveniently deleted your Facebook last month, but don't worry, Sam, I backed them up. See, last summer, you was in my inbox saying that your baby mum had it rough, that she was cracking up while she had your son, and you couldn't even step up and be man enough to let him to go. Bro, you couldn't even step up and be man enough to take full custody of your firstborn. You let him go live with his grandmother. Sam, you're scum. Right now, I'm just getting facts. I'm just telling facts. There ain't no point in getting mad. Ain't that his name on your skin right there? I just don't fucking get it, Sam. What type of deadbeat, wet wipe, self-validating, pathetic rat would wear a permanent reminder that he's a temporary dad and put his son's name on his neck, but not put his neck on the line to get him back? Time.
Bro, I don't care that we was boys. Today I'm rearranging tables, taking head. George laid to rest a royal death. Now this the fateful day, cause I ain't losing sight of that great prize. I'm staying faithful. Sacrifices must be made and see a brother die. Of course he's able. See, you like to think you hard spitting. They said Georgie got a spark in him. You said you so far from your prime. You the opposite of Optimus. You are kidding. That makes you Megatron. The one point you are missing. Megatron dies when Sam gets that old spark in him. So you can talk your shit. But these guys ain't feeling you. You clearly lost the last round. And judges felt we need him through. We all claimed a robbery. But now we finally see the truth. Prem want me going all the way. So they sent me through the easy routes to a guy that showed interest in Beast Anglia. To gain a platform to beat amateurs, gain steam from beating weak challengers and claim to be ready for MCs of these calibers. Imagine Georgie wins. Think about what happens next. Cole J bodied Roots and robbed his food, or the force of Bobby snaps his neck. You ain't fucking ready, kid. There's levels and you pose apart. Any MC in this league, they will show you aren't. But I've got contingency plans for finishing, man. It's game over before they start. Got everybody covered. Like a Rick Charles watermark, so fuck your past opponents, thinking I'm like one of them guys. Talk down to me, it's head strike, and I'll lay out Roots like a test flight. Send you to the next life, there won't be a next time. Georgie Roots is dead time, and Bobby Rex, your head's mine.
Yo, Premier Battles, this is the Anarchy tournament. We've just witnessed the final battle of the quarterfinals. If you're in the room, make a bit of noise for that one, because that was sick. 2 up and coming as well. We have got the judges' decisions back. First of all, I will go to the fan poll on Twitch, and it was 61% to 39%, with the winner being Georgie Roots. And the judges came back with a 3-1 decision, advancing through to the semi-finals to take on Bobby Rex. Georgie Roots, let's go.
So it's a really close battle. I got what I was expecting to get. For me, Georgie edged every round. I gave him 3-0. They both did really similar things. You got complex rhyming angles. They both, one of those funny occurrences, had like a Pennywise scheme. The flow switching, the aggression. But for me, Georgie did it. Georgie did it better. Also, Georgie has great defense. His battle rap defense, his ability to suck the energy from his opponent's round without too much distraction. I think his personality and his charisma kind of shine through. There was something about, he seemed comfortable. He seemed really comfortable up there. And for me, it made Sam's delivery seem a little forced. It seemed like he was sort of, where Georgie was so relaxed and smooth with his delivery and casual, it kind of, and going first, it made Sam just seem as though he was really trying to force the attack. Maybe if they had, if Sam had gone first, it would make Georgie look like he wasn't aggressive enough. But yeah, for me, there was some really nice bars in there. I like the C minor thing, although I think I might have heard that before. Oh my God, the temporary dad thing, the tat on your neck, but won't put your neck on the line for your kid. Like Georgie got really personal in that third round for me as well. Was a really close one. It seemed like two guys who are close or not close, two guys who have a relationship, kind of, airing out their grievances, and Georgie was ruthless with it. He went, personal. He also, bigged up his own skills as a father whilst attacking Sam's, and Sam didn't go hard enough in my mind. So yeah, just edged every round to Georgie. Great battle.
So yeah, I'm gonna agree with a lot of what my colleague London Jen just said. Great battle. I personally had this one 2-1 going to Mr. Roots. So I very much agree with Jen's whole point about defense and his demeanor in the ring kind of making Sam's performance seem a little forced. However, I will say that I think at times it's in danger of going into that territory where basically, you're just giving your approval or not on every single bar. And to some people, myself included, that shit gets pretty annoying. but it was not enough to switch the momentum at all. I have to agree, Georgie just seemed a lot more comfortable throughout. But that third round angle didn't do it for me. I have to be honest. That's gonna, reasonable minds can differ on that. I don't generally go for those angles where, somebody told you something in confidence about family and, then you're just disclosing it in a battle. And it might not be quite that simple, but it certainly had that flavor to it. And I coincidentally thought that Sam's third round was his best. And when you deliver an angle that's that savage, I did think the neckline was fantastic, but you can't be like shaky going through that angle. It almost sounds like you feel bad that you're saying it. Like if you weren't really committed to it, then just don't go there. But that's really my only critique for Georgie, because I thought, his pen was just, it was commanding. There was a big difference in writing quality. I have to be honest, just to give, a couple examples. I didn't really like Georgie's punchline for the Pennywise, just because I've heard that so many times, and then we heard it in the very next round from Sam. But the setup was real slick, and I think that kind of sets the difference. And other than that, I thought some of Sam's punchlines, even though his delivery and aggression is on point, just a little bit too like non-bars, like not really a bar. Like to say that like kids getting together in a team like Teen Titans, that you haven't done anything. That's just what that is. It's been me all along, like Agatha and WandaVision. Yeah, that's not anything. That's just one-to-one comparison. So that's my critique there, but I don't want to be overly negative because this was a dope-ass battle. Really enjoyed it. Georgie Roots is obviously going to be a huge problem. I had him comfortably taking this, just didn't much care for his third personally. Great battles today. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, that was a dope battle. I enjoyed that thoroughly, I should say. I also gave it to Georgie. I gave my final decision to Georgie. I gave Georgie the first and third. I liked Sam's energy, but at times it did seem forced. I do agree with Red Flag and Jen on that point. At certain times, it seemed like he was rushing through and hyping up the energy to try and overperform Georgie, where Georgie was a bit more laid back. He was chilling, comfortable with it. So was able to get everything he needed to say out. There was a little stumble. The third round also, I'm not too keen on the personal angle. Like Red Flag said, if somebody told you something in confidence and then you use that as ammo in a battle, I think that's a little bit low. But there may be a backstory to that. Who knows? We don't know. But I weren't 100% feeling that, but it was a well put together round. But all in all, Georgie Roots, 2-1. That's me.
Probably gonna annoy a bunch of weirdos on the internet again, but shit happens, doesn't it? Yeah, I give it to Sam, which I didn't think I would at the beginning of the battle, because George is actually one of my favorite newcomers. But Georgie in the first one, he had the coming up a decade. That bar was really strong. He had the Pennywise bar, but Sam did the Pennywise bar the exact same round and did it better. But Sam also had the Page final chapter, straight back chiropractor, Stormbreaker, better Pennywise bar. But you're only taller when he's standing on a platform. There was not getting to the semis, like go sniff too much. The Georgie best bar. So he just outperformed. The only thing Georgie had on him was Georgie out-rapped him on every single round. He didn't out-bar him at any round though. The second round is the one where I gave it to Georgie, because Georgie did have there was neck and neck for bars for me, but Georgie out-rapped him. There's no debate on that. The third round, I think personals are weak as fuck. I just think if you start using personals, it's because you don't think you can out-rap the guy. I've had personals for 2 different battlers. I've just screenshotted and inboxed the battler, the personals, because it's just pathetic if you have to use them. So I don't think I think it takes away from how good Georgie is as a writer using something like that. I give it 2-1 to Sam, because Sam won the third and Sam won the first for me. But yeah.